I heard the gate click before the car pulled up. Her laughter floated through the night, sharp, fragile, too familiar. I sat in the shadows of the porch, glass pressed against my palm, listening. He whispered something coarse, something she didn't answer with words, only more giggling. My chest tightened, not with rage, not yet, but with the cold certainty I had felt coming for weeks. The first punch was instinctive, the second measured, the last deliberate. His skull hit the hood with a crack that silenced her. She shrank against the doorframe. I stood over them both, breathing steady, heart a machine hammering without tremor. She wanted excuses. He wanted forgiveness. I wanted neither. I had seen it in the pattern before, late nights, the faint smell of perfume not mine, the sudden deletions of messages, the hush when I entered a room. I tried to convince myself it was paranoia. Love rationalizes, but instinct is a quiet, sharp blade that never lies. I watched him from across the room once, laughing at a joke she didn't tell, leaning too close, and in that proximity, the subtle brush of her fingers, the way her eyes softened for him, tiny betrayals, invisible to anyone else, yet painfully audible to me. I denied it. I told myself I was imagining things, until the truth began to unfold in silence, the faint scent on his collar, the unexplained charges on the credit card, the way she whispered a name that wasn't mine when she thought I couldn't hear. My denial fractured like thin glass under pressure. I started observing, quietly, methodically. I didn't confront, not yet. DNA results, phone records, the minutia of locations recorded by apps he thought I ignored, everything stacked like pieces on a chessboard. I moved through my days with composed detachment, smiling at their petty lies, nodding at their stories, all while I collected evidence like currency. She called one evening, her voice soft, coded in fear. "I don't know how to fix it," I nodded. Inside, I measured the seconds before she could betray herself. The calm exterior of my life became a vessel for stormy planning. Each observation was a pulse, each missed text a note in the symphony of their deceit. The proof arrived on a Wednesday. I held the envelope in my hand, the weight solid and cold. The papers whispered secrets I already suspected, but the finality was devastating. The truth wasn't theory. It was tangible. Every number, every timestamp, every photograph confirmed what my intuition had already carved into my mind. I called them into the living room. Her eyes widened at the sight of me, rigid with apprehension. He tried to laugh, casual, too casual, like nerves could hide guilt. I placed the envelope on the table, flat, quiet. "You've been living in my house, speaking in my voice, and hiding in plain sight," I said. No volume, no pleading, just the measured articulation of inevitability. He swallowed, she trembled. Words formed in their mouths and died there. I let the silence speak for me. I left the documents on the counter the next morning, divorce papers, signed, waiting. "I was wrong," she whispered, tears streaking her makeup, quivering lips failing to reach the eyes that sought redemption. "You were wrong to think I would forgive you," I said. My voice was smooth, unshaken, carrying no room for negotiation. I left before they could formulate excuses, before they could beg, before they could wrap themselves in temporary repentance. I walked out of the house, out of the life I had once invested in, leaving them in the wreckage of their choices. I watched from the car as they crumpled together, pain mingled with shame, an intoxicating clarity of consequence. They had painted their own prison walls. I simply handed them the key and walked away. The road was empty, my hands on the wheel, steady. No echoes of love, no fragments of bitterness, only precision, only understanding. I didn't feel relief. I didn't feel sorrow. I felt a methodical power, the satisfaction of seeing deception exposed and knowing I had orchestrated the revelation. Every breath was mine, every thought unshared. Their suffering was not entertainment, but proof that betrayal is a language I speak fluently, that truth is a weapon sharper than any fist, and control is the ultimate revenge. I didn't look back. The night swallowed the house behind me. Their voices faded into the shadows, and I realized something cold, beautiful, and final. This story is no longer mine. I drove on, alone, clear, whole.